In 2009, a baby girl was born in Seoul, South Korea. Her mother gave birth to her in a hospital, only to disappear the next day, leaving her behind. Under South Korean law, authorities tried for a month to locate her birth mother, but their efforts led nowhere. With no family to care for her, she was transferred to Namsan Orphanage, where she spent the first 9 months of her life. Life in the orphanage was tough. She had no idea what the future held, and to make matters worse, she was diagnosed with a congenital heart condition. The little girl had to undergo open heart surgery before she was even a year old. Despite the successful procedure, her chances of finding a family were uncertain. South Korea's adoption rates were dropping, and many children in the orphanage were left waiting. But something miraculous happened. While thousands of other orphans waited for a family, she caught the attention of one of Hollywood's biggest stars, Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl, a name familiar to millions for her roles in hit shows like Grey's Anatomy, was at the peak of her career when she met musician Josh Kelley. Their love story began in 2005 when Katherine starred in one of Josh's music videos. The chemistry was instant and they were engaged by 2006, tying the knot a year later in Park City, Utah. From the beginning, the couple wanted to start a family. However, instead of waiting for biological children, they made an unconventional choice. Adoption had always been on Katherine's mind. Her older sister, Meg, had also been adopted from South Korea. Katherine had seen firsthand how adoption could create a loving family, and she wanted the same for herself. So in 2009, she and Josh began the process. They were given a referral for a little girl from South Korea. While filming a movie in Atlanta, Katherine and Josh received the life-changing call: there was a baby waiting for them. They were told she had undergone heart surgery, but the couple didn't hesitate. They knew she was meant to be their daughter. At 9 months old, the little girl was officially adopted and brought to the United States. Katherine and Josh named her Nancy Lee Naleigh Kelley, after Katherine's mother, Nancy. However, things didn't go as smoothly as Katherine had hoped. While Josh bonded instantly with Naleigh, Katherine struggled to connect with her. The transition was overwhelming, and Katherine's demanding work schedule made bonding even harder. Just 3 days after bringing Naleigh home, she had to return to the set of Grey's Anatomy. For months, Naleigh showed a stronger attachment to Josh than to Katherine, leaving the actress heartbroken. She later admitted that she felt inadequate as a mother. But she didn't give up. Over time, they developed a special bedtime ritual, and slowly, Naleigh began to trust her. Their bond was sealed when Naleigh ran to hug Katherine during a live taping of The View in 2012. It was a moment Katherine would never forget. With their first adoption experience behind them, Katherine and Josh felt ready to expand their family. In 2012, they adopted a second daughter, Adelaide, this time from the US. Their plan was to adopt again, but things took an unexpected turn. In 2016, at age 39, Katherine became pregnant naturally. The couple welcomed their son, Joshua, in 2017. It was an entirely new experience for them, as both of their previous children had been adopted. Katherine later admitted that she had no idea how challenging pregnancy would be. Now, with 3 children, their family was complete. But Hollywood life wasn't what they wanted for their kids, so they made a drastic decision. Raising a family in Los Angeles wasn't ideal for Katherine and Josh. They wanted their children to grow up away from the spotlight, surrounded by nature and a slower-paced lifestyle. So they relocated to a ranch in Utah, leaving behind the glamour of Hollywood. Their home became a sanctuary for their children. It was a place filled with love, animals, and adventure. They raised chickens, goats, and horses, and the children spent their days playing outside and exploring. Katherine has often said that moving to Utah was the best decision they ever made. Fast forward to today, Naleigh is now 15 years old and thriving. She lives a luxurious life in Utah, but her parents have worked hard to ensure she remains grounded. While she has access to wealth, her upbringing has been focused on values, education, and kindness. Katherine has been very protective of Naleigh, limiting her exposure to social media. Unlike most teenagers, Naleigh does not have a personal phone and isn't allowed on platforms like Instagram and TikTok. Katherine believes that shielding her daughter from the pressures of social media is crucial for her development. Despite staying out of the public eye, Naleigh has made occasional appearances with her mother. She was seen at the premiere of The Nut Job in 2014 and even attended talk show tapings. However, Katherine is determined to give her daughter a normal childhood, away from Hollywood's expectations. As she grows older, Naleigh has started exploring her Korean heritage. Katherine and Josh have made sure she stays connected to her roots. They have taken trips to South Korea, helping Naleigh understand where she comes from. Katherine has also been open about racism and the challenges that come with raising a multiracial family. She knows that Naleigh will face questions about her identity and is committed to preparing her for those moments. Naleigh has come a long way, from being abandoned in an orphanage to living in a multi-million-dollar mansion in Utah. She has experienced a life that few could have imagined. But what does the future hold for her? She is now at an age where she may choose to step into the spotlight or continue living a private, quiet life. Whether she follows in her mother's Hollywood footsteps or forges her own path, one thing is certain: she is loved, supported, and has limitless opportunities ahead of her. One thing is clear: Katherine Heigl and Josh Kelley changed Naleigh's life forever, and in return, she changed theirs.